Now here we are, we're ready to start CAD 28. Now remember in the previous one that we did, the Chapter 5 practice one, we saved a drawing called CAD 28. So if you'll look, it's right here. If you don't see it there, go to Open, okay? And then wherever your files are, you can find it there, all right? Either way works. We'll go ahead and open it, and we'll notice that we're ready to go with our object lines and stuff like that. Now in the previous one, I set up all kinds of construction lines and everything like that, and you can do that if you want to, but now I'm going to show you another way, in the way that I normally do it. All right, so we look at our part in the book and we see that we have, some dimensions on a three-dimensional part. What I want you to do is I want you to go from that bottom left corner and I want you to look at that face and you'll see 3 dimensions. Actually, you'll see more than 3, but the 2 that are most important are the vertical one, which is going to be 1.75, and then the horizontal one, which is 3.25. Now, if you'll notice, that thing has a rounded front. The rounded front on that has a radius of 1.25. What we want to do is we want to add that 1.25 to the 3.25 so that our bottom line is 4.5. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to come down 1.2, 1.75, and then we're going to go out 4.5, and then we're going to go up 0.5. And I'll zoom in on that. Now, we're going to come over. I'm going to do 0.5 on this one. Okay, that's going to be that first tower, and then you're going to see it goes up 0.75 from the bottom. If you subtract 0.75 from 1.75, it leaves you with 1. So we're going to go down 1, we're going to come over 1, we're going to go back up 1, then come over 0.5. All right, now I'm going to touch this, but I'm not going to click it, and then drag it back and keep that line green until it snaps vertical, okay? Once it does that, go ahead and click, and then go back to that corner. There you go. Now, all that's left is your fillet in here, so we'll use the fillet command, right-click, radius, and that's going to be 0.25, according to the book. And there we go. Now, we're going to draw 2 helper lines. So we're going to use the construction layer for that. All right, I'm going to draw one line here. Like I said, I like that 1.5 spacing, right? If it's a metric drawing, do 40 millimeters, but if it's imperial, do 1.5. All right, so there we go. So we've got our set. So we know we're going to have one view up here and one view right here. Let's do the top view first, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to object. Now, I know that this is 3.25 to the center of the circle, so 3.25. And then I'm going to draw a vertical line, 2.5. And I got the 2.5 from the, if you look at the drawing, that top view, you will see that it's 2.5 across, okay? Let's go ahead and finish up and just make the rectangle out of it. So I'll line it with that, keep it green, and then I'll go back. All right, so there's that. Now we got that rounded front that comes out here. So just use your arc. Center, start, and end. Pick the midpoint of the line, go down to the bottom, and swing that arc across the top. Leave that line there. We're going to need it in a minute. Now, we got to get a line here, and a line here. Now, we could just draw them in, but it's easier if you just grab this, use your copy command, pick here first, and then pick the tops of these here. Now, that's got those in place. Now, we know that this is going to be 0.5 down, so we'll just offset 0.5, do one here and one there. Now, you can trim in between here and here. Our top view is almost done, okay? We need one circle. It's going to be diameter of 1. So we'll go ahead and pick the center of this, diameter of 1. Now, grab this, change it here to center. Okay? While it's still highlighted, click on rotate, pick the center of the circle. Then right-click again, pick copy, and go straight up and click. That will give you your center line for that hole. Now we're going to change to our hidden layer. We got to show that this circle goes all the way through as a whole. So we will draw one line there, and then we will draw one line here to show both sides of that hole. That notates that this is a hole that goes through the entire part. Okay? So we're almost done. Now, back to our object layer. This is going to be 2.5 because this line is always the same length as this line, okay? And then we'll come up the same distance. 1.75, go over 0.5. Now I'm going to grab that and mirror it to the other side by the midpoint of this line. All right, this comes down, if you look at the front of the view, looking from the right side of this thing, you see it goes down 0.75 in this area. So, come down 0.75, line up with that, go up. This line is 0.5 up, so we'll just offset, and it's still set to 0.5, see? So we'll just pop that in there. Now, the distance from here to here is 1.5. The distance from here to here is 1.5, which means that we can just grab this, copy, pick the top corner, move it over to this spot right here, and we've got our hidden lines for that side. Now, go back to your hidden line. You're going to touch there, drag across until you get your green X, and then bring me a hidden line across here. And then this one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to bring me a hidden line across here, and then grab that one and copy it there as well. Delete this line and that line, and you are done with Cad28. Now, remember, when you go to print this out, okay, first let's save it. Okay, when you go to print this out, I'm going to open this up. There we go. Go ahead, plot style table, change that to monochrome. Yes, make that the AutoCAD PDF, center the plot, and do a preview. And that's what it should look like. And if that's what it looks like, you go ahead and pop this, and that is what you will turn in. We completed Cad28. We'll do Cad29 next, and it's very similar to the way this one is set up. Let me go ahead and get this in the right spot. And save. All right, see you in the next video.